Hi there guys, so Tyson Fury has finally opened up on his lengthy UKAD situation in his new book Behind the Mask. Now this is what Tyson Fury wrote in his book about the situation. From February 2015 to December 2017, a cloud of suspicion hung over me, relating to an accusation that a high level of nandrolone had been found in my system and that of my cousin. I had to resolve the situation before I could truly believe I could fight again. I had been tested regularly by the drugs people at UKAD, probably more than most boxers, and when the case with them finally came to a conclusion, they were able to list a series of tests that came back negative. The issue of a raised level of nandrolone came in a test in February 2015, but I wasn't made aware of possible charges against me until long after that. The body naturally produces nandrolone, but mine had a high level for some reason. I can categorically state, however, that I have never taken any performance-enhancing drugs and never will. The big question that did remain after the case was resolved was why it had taken UKAD so long to sort it out. Why did they leave me in limbo, allowing people to call me a drugs cheat, allowing me to be humiliated like this? I couldn't help feeling at the time that other forces were at work in the background. Boxing is a shady business, and when I reflect on that period, I can't help but feel that if some people felt that they couldn't beat me in the ring, then they had to get me out of boxing in another way. But God was on my side, and when God is on your side, you should be afraid of nobody. When the case did come to a conclusion, the statement by UKAD made it clear that they could not establish why I had that raised level of nandrolone. The case cost over $1 million in lawyers' fees, and it was discussed in the press that if I had won the case, which I knew I would have, then it could have left UKAD bankrupt. But that could have easily meant another 3 years or 4 years battling in court. Anyway, the case was finally cleared up and I could seriously start thinking about fighting again. But anyway guys, that is in Tyson Fury's new book Behind the Mask. Now this is the first time that Tyson Fury has really spoken openly about his UKAD situation, and I guess the book is titled Behind the Mask, so I guess we're going to find out things about Tyson Fury that we never knew before. And this is something that we have always questioned, what happened and why that situation was ongoing for so long. And obviously you have the worry about Dillian Whyte as well, the fact that he has his own UKAD situation currently going on. And I mean, we could worry that Dillian Whyte could be dragged through the mud just as Tyson Fury was. But let's be real, Dillian Whyte was cleared to fight, so if UKAD had any qualms about what Dillian Whyte was doing in his training camp and if he was taking steroids or anything like that, then they should have stopped him from fighting. They didn't. They had their opportunity, they had a hearing, a meeting, Dillian Whyte attended, so if they were going to stop him from fighting, they should have done it then. They didn't, so Dillian Whyte has done nothing wrong. And you can see here that there is a pattern emerging because obviously Hughie Fury went through the same thing at the same time of Tyson Fury. It is clear that UKAD need to be putting a model into place to prevent this from happening again, because it has just happened again with Dillian Whyte. And it is kind of fitting that Tyson Fury's book comes out explaining this, just as Dillian Whyte is going through it. I mean, I know Dillian Whyte's situation has been dragging on for a while now, but who's to say it doesn't drag on for 2 years just like Tyson Fury? We definitely don't want that because Dillian Whyte is in his prime, and if he is ever going to win a world title, it is going to be next year or maybe the year after. And it's just whether he gets the opportunity to do that, to show what he is truly made of, because he deserves it and he doesn't deserve to be harboured by situations outside of the ring, much as Tyson Fury has. Now, this situation is actually quite worrying because UKAD obviously don't have a model in place to know what fighters they are banning for what substances as well. Obviously, elevated levels of anything seems to be flagged by UKAD, and they clearly don't know a severe case from a moderate case, and that is worrying considering they are a governing body that can ban fighters. Because obviously then you get fighters wrongly being banned, and then you might get drugs cheats going free because UKAD clearly don't know the difference between elevated levels and a steroid, something that is being injected into the system, purely because this just shows a loophole in the system of UKAD and provides evidence of how unprofessional UKAD actually are. Because in Dillian Whyte's case, he passed all of his VADA tests, and that's probably what is keeping Dillian Whyte's head above water, because VADA tests are stringent and they seem to catch anyone who is cheating. So if Dillian Whyte was a drugs cheat, he would have failed a VADA test, but he failed a UKAD test. So what does that say about UKAD? Does it mean that UKAD have a loophole? Does it mean that UKAD are not testing fighters correctly and they don't really know what they're doing? I mean, Tyson Fury's case, Hughie Fury's case, and now Dillian Whyte's case probably could prove that. Let's just hope that Dillian Whyte doesn't have a case that's dragged out for 2 years, just like Tyson Fury. Because this situation with UKAD and how they are dealing with it is quite worrying, to be honest. But guys, what are your thoughts on this? Tyson Fury finally opening up about his situation with UKAD, and what do you believe that means for Dillian Whyte? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, click the thumbs up, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.